After several months of trade rumors and negotiations with other teams, the New York Jets have finally traded Zach Wilson. Wilson is headed to the Denver Broncos in exchange for a 6th-round pick as part of a pick swap. And so this will bring the Wilson era in New York to a close, finally. And we can debate all the storylines and whose fault it was as far as why things went the way they did, but I'm not going to do that right now. Right now, I just want to talk about the situation that Zach Wilson is walking into. So the Denver Broncos went 8-9 last year with Russell Wilson as their starting quarterback until they benched him for Jarrett Stidham towards the end of the season. And since then, they have traded Russell Wilson, Jerry Jeudy, and made a number of other changes to their roster. They've brought in a handful of receivers and other players on their offensive line and defense. So overall, it's not the best situation in the NFL, but it's also not terrible from Zach Wilson's perspective. A couple of the things I like about it are, first of all, it's an opportunity to work with an offensive-minded head coach in Sean Payton for the first time. It's also a little closer to home for him and a lot smaller spotlight than playing in New York. So I think it's about as good a situation as he could have asked for. My top picks for him were either the 49ers or the Rams, but I'm still happy with where he ended up, and we'll see how the season goes. I think he's going to get a chance to play. Most likely Jarrett Stidham will be at number 1 on the depth chart to start. But if the Broncos really believe that Zach has untapped potential, then they're going to give him a chance to show that. Speaking of the quarterback position, I would not be surprised if the Broncos drafted a quarterback. They have the number 12 overall pick, as well as a handful of other picks here. It would not surprise me if they also tried to trade up and draft a quarterback. And regardless of what happens, whether Zach gets to play, whether he doesn't get to play, I think it's a pretty decent situation for him to at least develop, learn and grow from a good coach in Sean Payton, and hopefully a breath of fresh air, a new situation will help breathe some life into his career and turn things around. But I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Let me know down in the comments.